Selamat pagi everyone. Thank you all for coming to my channel again. I'm now in Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia. Penang is famous for being a food paradise, and they have some attractions as well, not massively a lot. So in this trip I'll be visiting some of the attractions, but mostly will be on food tasting. Most of the dishes here would be familiar to me because we can find it elsewhere in other states of Malaysia as well as Singapore. And let the games begin.
Importing all preferences from home interface. Systems are now fully operational.
Okay, where am I heading to? I am going to this place called Penang Road famous Laksa. I do a food tasting on Penang's Laksa. This is okay. Penang also very popular for murals. They have a lot everywhere. This is the Penang Road famous Laksa. Can one get a seat? Yeah, one person please. I like to have Penang's Laksa and yeah, big and
Char Kway Teow.
in that case, I want a small Char Kway Teow and small Laksa.
Small Char Kway Teow.
And small Laksa.
Small Laksa.
Yeah, so I can try both. Okay, terima kasih. So, Penang's Laksa is not exactly the kind of curry Laksa that you find elsewhere. No, thank you. Elsewhere in Malaysia or Singapore where they cook with curry gravy and coconut milk. This is essentially an Assam Laksa. We have pineapple, we have onion, grass noodle, and the broth is a fish broth. So to pass my test, whether this will get a pass or a fail or a score, it all depends on number one thing has to be the broth. I'm expecting the broth to be sweet, sour, and spicy, followed by the grass noodle, and I expect it to be not soggy, springy and firm. Also make it clear for us, if the broth fails, the entire dish will fail. So, fingers crossed, let's go. The broth is tangy, spiciness is average, but I think can enhance a bit more by my standard. The sourness is a pass. The grass noodle is firm. I noticed there is no shredded fish in the broth and that is a minus. The fried kway teow is quite standard with eggs, bean sprouts, fish cakes, etc. I noticed there is no cockle. The black sauce used is not as flavorful as those in other parts of Malaysia or Singapore. Overall rating for Penang Laksa 8/10. I would have given it 8.5 if they didn't take out the shredded fish. Fried kway teow 7/10. Nothing to shout about. Pretty sure they are selling the dessert that we are all very familiar with, Chendol. Penang Road famous Teochew Chendol. One Chendol please.
Having here or take away?
Take away.
Take away one.
How much is that?
470.
470, thanks.
I don't have place to sit inside the coffee shop, so never mind, I'll just stand outside along the road and try this traditional Teochew Chendol.
I am unable to quantify anything exceptional in this bowl of Chendol, even though the store is quite famous. My rating is 7/10. Look what we have here. The Ghost Museum. I am intrigued. Let's visit some ghosts, Chinese zombie. Okay, before I proceed guys, not for weak-hearted Viewer discretion advised. Wow, a bit scary. A bit scary to me. This looks like Pontianak. Yeah, it's Pontianak. Hello.
So you
Oh.
take photo, huh?
No, I'm okay with the photo.
Stand there.
You could watch a movie Mummy, but Mummy is not really that scary lah. Pontianak more scary.
Yeah.
Mummy is not scary. Pontianak is scary. Let's go to the third floor first. Oh, that is Count Dracula. And next, I'm heading to the Klang Jetty of Georgetown. It's just straight ahead at the end of the road. Cross the road, the Yeoh Jetty with all these steel houses. Very rustic, very pristine, quaint buildings. You cannot find in Singapore. These are really proper residential houses. So if you come here, behave yourself, don't scream, don't shout, don't run. Respect the community here. Okay, now my verdict on this durian puff. Overall, it's really not nice. I would have to say this. I tell the truth. I don't recommend you to eat this durian puff at Yeoh Jetty because it is too creamy, so creamy and mushy. It is like some cream or milk, but a real durian is able to taste the fiber of the durian. It's overly creamy, not a single bit of the fiber of the durian. Not recommended. Sorry. Alright, let's go to Chulia Street Night Market for dinner. char hor fun in the fried kway teow. Burger, satay, more fried kway teow. Malaysia's popular look. 老板，一盘鸭蛋炒粿条，
在哪里？
后面呢？后面可以做啊。So I order a plate of duck egg char kway teow.
Char Kway Teow.
Yeah.
Fried kway teow with cockles and shrimp, bean sprout. Itadakimasu. This stalls fried kway teow. It tastes better than the fried kway teow that I tried in Penang Road famous Laksa. Major difference lies in the cockles. The one they don't have cockles in the fried kway teow, and the shrimp springy. Lastly, is it true that it tastes better in duck egg? I can't tell actually the difference between using chicken egg and duck egg. I'll say that I'm different.
There is this really special dish called Char Kway Kak 炒粿条 here in Penang. 炒粿条多少钱啊？
看你要怎样
就给我一个小的吧。
要鸡蛋还是鸭蛋？
那就鸭蛋咯。
加辣椒。
辣椒要多一点点辣椒。So she's not serving on the plate, but rather with paper and banana leaf. Fried Kway Kak is also a dish of rice flour radish, fried with eggs and fried radish. In my opinion, it is essentially a copycat dish of the fried carrot cake by adding bean sprouts and give it another name. This stall's fried Kway Kak is also a bit salty.
Selamat pagi everyone. The time now is I think 5 minutes past 7. I booked Penang countryside cycling tour to visit some kampongs this morning, waiting for my tour guide to pick me up.
Alright, this is the place where we're going to start our cycling tour. So when you come to Penang, don't just stay in Georgetown and eat and only eating.
In Malaysia, we have a lot of different ethnics. Yeah. So the first stop, the jetty, is much more of a Malay populated area, and then a Chinese fishing village.
I will end this video here. Please stay tuned for part 2 for more food attractions and an off-beaten path.
If you like this video by JC Production, please like and subscribe. Terima kasih kerana menonton, sila like dan subscribe.